So, here we meet. But sucks for you. I'm the one with the English papers, and you are the ones cowering in fear at that tree.
Wait a second. Sucks is definitely retired.
Your mom is retired, Captain English. Now, I have a proposition. You obviously want these English papers. These paradigm English papers.
Excuse me, Mrs. Malaprop. Paradigm is a noun, not an adjective. This is a common error in writing. The more proper thing to have said would have been these paradigms of English papers. We're just avoiding this whole quagmire by saying perfect English papers. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. I once said Edgar Allan Poe was a paradigm romantic era writer who wrote in the Gothic style. This was a heinous error, hence why that paper is not in your stack. Man, I'll never use that as an adjective again. What a disaster.
Thank you, Evan. So, you want these perfect English papers more than anything?
That we do. That we do. Give them to us.
No!
Please?
No. But, actually, I could make a little proposition with you. I could sell them to you. $5 a piece. 5 times 18 papers times the fraction. Carry the 4, cross out the 0. God, I can't do math! Someone always needs to check my math for me.
No way, Welcher. It's all a matter of frugality. Lay us another deal.
Okay. Okay. Prove to me why you deserve these papers. Prove to me why I should give them to you instead of my dear friend, John Keating.
Sweet. No. It's tired. Brilliant deal. If we can prove to you that we can suck enough matter out of these papers, we'll give them back.
Bad use of a metaphor. Another?
Okay. Go nuts. These papers are ripe with things to analyze. They're dripping with fodder. But sometimes a fox is only a fox.
The futility of life is based on existential extirpation of the primeval and benevolent exceeding nullity. Oh no, I don't know any of these words.
Well then, let's use one of our brilliant reading skills. Word roots. Existential. What words do you see in it?
10?
No! Oh, over-relating. Existence, you fool. Over-relating to existence.
How about extirpate?
X. Outstrips root. 8. Cause to become. To cause to become rooted out. I'm using root liberally as a verb here, but you get the idea.
Gosh, you're smart.
Anything else, you fool?
Primeval, benevolent, nullity?
Primeval, premise. First, the Latin avum, age, of or relating to the first age. Benevolent, bene well, Bolin's present participle of vele, to wish, and to incline to wishing well. A seed, add, towards, sedere, to go towards. Incidentally, sedere, to go, can be found in plethora of other words as well. Proceed, antecede, contecede, etc. Nullity, nullity. State of being null. Does that answer your question?
Hey, word man, it's pronounced plethora.
Chill out, Rageaholic, if you want to get out of here alive. But I must say, that's one excellent transferable skill on how to read.
Speak up.
Wait, this word, This single word has just changed the way I think about Gene.
You mean Gene, our taxi driver?
No, you fool! Gene, the reserve boy at the Devon School in John Miller's classic A Separate Piece. He's Finney's lackey and best friend, or so I thought. Anyway, here goes. What does this sound like to you? Holding firmly to the trunk, I took a step toward him, and then my knees bent and I jounced the limb. Finney, his balance gone, swung his head round to look at me for an instant with extreme interest. And then he tumbled sideways, broke through the little branches below, and hit the bank with a sickening, unnatural thud. It was the first clumsy physical action I had ever seen him make. With unthinking sureness, I moved out on the limb and jumped into the river, every trace of my fear of this ever forgotten. Is he at fault here?
Flip, no. Think about it. He's got like 8 or 9 googacks above the ground.
How much is that?
About 29 meters, but only in America. Still uses the metric system. They should get with it times anyway. So if he's on a tree that far up, he's wearing almost nothing. He's about to jump into a river. He'd naturally be nervous and trembling. Thus, his felicitating feet caused the unsteady branch to jump.
No, no, no. I jazzed. It was he who jazzed. I've read this before. It's actually the Bible of humankind. But yeah, he was nonetheless experiencing a brief burst of animosity lasting only a second, something which came before he could recognize it and was gone before he knew it possessed him. He had feared that Finney was trying to sabotage his academic success. We can tell that this was deliberate because he said, I jazzed. Man, it was a specific word choice which changed the way I think.
Perhaps.
Holy moly, this speech is amazing. Apparently these humans fall ill and must seek this medical attention, in which somebody must finance their health care because it's very expensive. At first I thought that government-controlled healthcare was a good idea, but after reading the speech, my fickle mind's been swayed. Rhetoric, that's it. The speech uses rhetoric. This is a great writing device for speech writing and other. Let's see. He uses here parallelism, repetition, hyperphora, among other rhetorical devices. He said, how about the middle-class businessman whose taxes can be considered almost thievery as it is now? How about the American citizen who has to work 2 jobs just for the privilege of eating? How about the single mother who has to feed herself and her 3 kids? How about every person in this nation who has to go to bed at night without eating dinner? Brilliant. I'd be swayed by this art of persuasion.
The broad masses of the population are more amenable to appeal to rhetoric than to any other force. It is one of the best things that someone can learn about writing.
He must have had some great presentation.